how's that offensive line different, this year as opposed to last year? Obviously, it's kind of like BJ says, just grab five and let's roll. But do you guys really feel like you took huge strides?
Yeah, no, we definitely the difference between last year and this year is that we're together. Like we're playing as one full unit. It's not five individual people. We're all together. We all are communicating with each other. There's no more I don't trust my neighbor next to me to let this man go if he's gonna be there. Like we know that we trust each other. So I think that's the big difference between this year and last year.
Obviously, you guys had 8 different rotations to start the year too. So to some degree, now that that's in the rearview mirror, it's helpful because what every position might need as far as help, etc. How important is it that everything's kind of solidified? There's not a lot of flip flopping.
It's nice because so now we can focus on one position, get really good at it, and then we can like I said earlier, learn our neighbors. They get really good at what they're doing, and it just becomes more of a unit together than individual play.
Emory and Will just playing as true freshmen in the SEC is still kind of mind blowing. What kind of jumps have they made?
They made huge jumps. All the little things that they needed to work on from last year, from just habits of being in high school, they've been fixing, and yeah, they're going to be really good this year.
What about the additions like Zalance and then Lunsford? Do you feel like you guys are deeper than you were before and more guys can play?
Yeah, so Coach Davis does a great job on bringing those guys up to speed. And now just having a few extra guys just in case someone goes down because you never know. They're always there ready, and they'll play at the standard of LSU. So having them here is great.
The rankings came out, you're top 5 in both polls. You were unranked a year ago. So does that mean anything?
I mean, our goal is still the same, win a national championship. So we work towards our goals. And yeah, so it doesn't matter what the rank says, we'll play our best out there.
I know you've been through this heat before, but as a big guy from Michigan,
Yeah.
What's this summer been like? This August been like?
So it's been pretty hot this summer so far. I think the past 2 weeks it's been over 100 degrees, 110, and you just get out there, suck it up for the first 5 minutes, get used to it, and then forget about it. It's all you can do right now. Mm-hmm.
What are you seeing in that defensive line? Great swings today, really flash. I mean, I'm sure it's different guys, different days.
Mm-hmm.
How good are they as far as beating you guys?
I would say they're definitely the top defensive line in the country. There's no doubt in my mind. I played against a lot of defensive line, and those guys can bring it. And so playing against them, if we can play against them as well as we've been doing, no worry about any other team.
What are they doing well? If you could get into a couple of guys that really flash for them.
I mean, if you look at Micaiah and Mason, they know how to set the point. They know how to two-gap. They know how to read. They just do what they're being told, and they also don't play like robots. They know this happens. You just gotta. They're just good players.
About on the ends.
Our ends are. So we got a lot of transfers, and so after spring, they learned it, and they got here, and they're killing it now. Like I said, playing against them, our tackles are going to be one of the best now because we're going against some of the best guys.
And Charles Turner there in the middle, he says he's as heavy as he's ever been. That was always kind of a knock on him that he was a little light and whatnot. But what have you seen from him? I know they've said he's matured. He's more of a leader now.
Yeah, I mean, he's been leading. He knows the defense. As much as he has to know the offense, he has to know what the defensive fronts are. He's making his calls. He plays with extreme effort. No one can take that away from him. He's playing the hardest out there as anyone. He's doing really good out there for us. We love him there.
And Miles Frazier, maybe we don't talk about him enough, but he seems like he's been a pretty solid contributor.
Yeah.
Offensive line.
I mean, if you look at last year, he just came in, earned his starting spot, and he's just been working on the little things, trying to get better at the things he struggles with, and even to right now, our line's balling right now.
What about Jaden? What kind of growth have you seen in him as far as just managing the offense?
So he makes the call to the offensive line, and then if we ever like need something, he knows how to switch the play around. He's able to read the defense in the sense of like what I can't really see that safety that gets off the hash as much. So he knows how to turn us into the right direction and just kind of guide us where we should be.
Do you think he's more comfortable and a little more vocal? Like, he seems like bigger kind of leadership responsibilities?
Yeah, I think he's trusting us as an O-line to protect him. So he's he's trusting us, which allows him to worry about what he should be worried about and not let us worry about the defensive line not touching him. And so now he's able to make calls that he wasn't quite sure earlier on.
Have you seen a little bit more patience from him in the pocket as far as getting the ball to other people in the right management team?
Yeah, he's definitely been throwing it a lot. We haven't been worried about him just breaking free, but if he does want to break free and run 20 yards, we'll take it then. So.
What about this team as a whole offensively? Are you excited? I mean, you get so many different backs, obviously super talented receivers, a great tight end, the offensive line returns. Everything seems to be going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Can you get excited about that, or are you still kind of like pumping the brakes?
I mean, you're always excited about it, but it's something that's like you can't look at it like as in, oh, we're gonna be so good we can just chill now. You gotta just keep on pushing forward, and that's what we're doing. We're not holding back. Like, we got the talent, so we're using the talent, and we're just going with everyone's expected to do their roles, and that's what they're doing. Like, our offense as a whole knows what they're doing.
We'll go 2 more. Okay.
In your position, Coach Brad Davis, talking to him, it seems like whatever you get 70 snaps or whatever, don't waste a single one, right? I mean, how does he? Been the same guy since you met him, and
Yeah.
coaches and all that.
Yeah, he's been the same since I've known him, and he's true to his word. He does what he says he's gonna do, and then lately he's been trying to get us to bring the energy more. So just last few practices, he's been stepping back, seeing how we will take that energy to the next level as a unit. And I think we've been doing good, and yeah.
Last one for here again. Anybody? We good?
You done repping at center?
I get reps just to keep it in, just in case I have to go in. So like right before practice, I would get some snaps in.
So you have to turn media here before you leave.
Okay.
Hang out right there.